Hey guys, it's RodimusPrimal. I am back with another video, and today I am going to give you guys my breakdown about the new trailer for the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom show. The trailer just dropped today, and I am going to break it down and give you guys my thoughts and whether or not I think this show is going to be good. Of course, I've got mixed feelings, so you'll see exactly what I'm going to talk about. So without further ado, let's sit back, relax, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Consider supporting the channel on Patreon, becoming a channel member, or purchase some merch on my spring store today. Okay, so as I had said before, I had watched this trailer. I've now watched quite a few times. I kind of picked out a few things that I took notice of, and some things are looking really, really cool. And at some stuff I'm a little bit on the skeptical side, probably because this is coming off of the heels of Earthrise. If you guys saw my review for Earthrise, you'd know that I gave Earthrise not that great of a review. I liked Siege. I still think that I don't care for the voice of Optimus Prime. I don't like the direction that they took Optimus Prime through both series. But at the same time, there's still a lot within the Transformers universe that they're doing, and some of the storytelling that they're doing that does make me excited at the same time. So I'm on the fence, you know? And with Kingdom also bringing Beast Wars into the mix, it's doing a lot of story elements that we're going to see some changes done to the original lore. Some fans are going to go, this doesn't make sense, but you got to remember something and take this as you will. This does not take place in any previous Transformers universe. Doesn't take place in the G1 cartoon, the G1 Marvel Comics, doesn't take place in any other cartoon universe. It is its own thing, but it's incorporating Generation 1 story along with a lot of the stuff from the modern stuff, like the Allspark and some of the origins of certain characters. But it's also now bringing in its own interpretation of Beast Wars. And it is being written by people who have watched and are hardcore fans of Beast Wars, just the same as you had some G1 fans, working on this show to begin with. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're all going to like the stuff that's going to come out. You may be angry and wanting to really rip some people apart, but you've got to take this for the overall narrative that they're doing. Again, Earthrise was not that good, but Kingdom, let's take a look at this trailer. So now we have Optimus, and he is waking up, and it's, I don't know, is this supposed to be like inside the Allspark? Is this supposed to be, I don't know, Final Fantasy VII, where, Optimus's memories are not exactly as they were, like they were in Final Fantasy VII, and it turns out to be a different timeline? I wonder. Not awake, but Elita 1 comes up. This is interesting. This I want to know more about. I want to see more of Elita and Optimus together. I do want to see more of that overall. And we get to see the Nemesis crashing. We did not see the Nemesis crash last time. We did see the Ark crash. So here now the Nemesis is crashing onto the prehistoric Earth that was before. We see the damage done to the Ark. It doesn't look like the Ark crashed in the same place that it did before, because take a look at the inside. I don't know if this is within Mount St. Hilary, but there's Optimus, there's Ironhide. Where's everybody else? And obviously this is prehistoric Earth, so they're not going to take their Earth modes. They're going to be within their Cybertronian modes. Now we get to see more of the Decepticons. So there's Megatron with the Matrix around his chest, because you remember in Earthrise he had taken the Matrix from Optimus at the end. And we get to see, okay, so there's Mirage with Ratchet, doing some repairs. Okay, so this is continuing on the story. They're obviously crash landed on Earth. Take note that the Earth has one moon. which is weird because they're going with Season 1 Beast Wars characters. This is where the lore does not work if they're within the Beast Wars cartoon, because in Beast Wars Season 1, which all of these characters are within Season 1, there was a second moon, and the second moon was not actually a moon, and it got destroyed. And when it got destroyed, it turned all the characters into transmetal, so it's different, obviously. So there's the Nemesis, and you have Airazor comes in, because obviously this is a Falcon and not an Eagle, as it would be. Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, kind of expecting to see them. Not anything different. Regular size Astro Train. So he is actually going to get some storyline in this show that he did not get before. Thundercracker. Which, by the way, I probably should do a Thundercracker retrospective. Megatron. Doing a T-Rex roar. And looking very, very, very Jurassic Park style T-Rex, which is great. So here is a battle happening. And you've got Barricade over here. It looks like Reflector here. But RC is down on the ground. So I'm hoping something bad doesn't happen to poor RC. Because, you know, she was one of the cool characters in Siege that didn't get as much storytelling in Earthrise. Golden Disc is going to obviously be an important story element that they're going to talk about. And they're going to do their own different story take with Ultra Magnus returning. Now, I've seen the leaked footage, so I did see the whole clip with Ultra Magnus. Cheetor looks all right. That's clearly Siege Prowl chasing. And is there anyone behind? Now, take a look at this shot right here. Laserbeak is chasing a bird. This bird itself is not the Falcon that we saw earlier in the trailer. This looks to be an eagle. So I think this could be Skywarp. This could be the Maximal Skywarp that I talked about in my Skywarp retrospective. So I honestly think that is the case here. I could be wrong, but very, very possible. So another thing that's happening here is Optimus versus Optimus Primal. And Primal looks okay. I know some people are complaining about the head sculpt that they've done on the animation model, but it looks all right and decent to me. And I'm liking the transformations as well. It's very, very, very true to the Beast Wars characters. But to scale, the Beast Wars characters are supposed to be 8 feet tall. That's not the case here. Clearly, this is a different universe. So Optimus Primal versus Megatron. All right, this I do have to rewind because if you didn't see it, you probably missed it. But they talk about who are these guys? Then you have Optimus, Tigatron, and Cheetor coming in, and right here, Airazor blasts one Scorponok. There is a second Scorponok here, Beast Wars style Scorponok. So there's more than one? I wonder why. But right behind her is Black Arachnia. And what is she doing? She seems to be connecting to the Nemesis. Don't know why, but we'll find out. There's Dinobot, and he looks awesome. Definitely looks awesome. I still have to open up all of the Beast Wars Kingdom toys. I have not opened up a single one yet, and it was because I needed to finish the Skywarp video, so I'm just giving you guys a heads up on that one. I'll probably do that soon. Optimus in action looks cool. Optimus Primal in action looks cool, but I'm surprised that they decided to do a hand blaster instead of the arm mounted, like the arms come up and shoot. So I'm surprised that we don't see that. Looks like Black Arachnia or Airazor, could be wrong. And who is fighting in the background? We probably is Black Arachnia. Large explosion is happening. Oh, something I just missed. Let's actually look at this clip right here again, because there comes Megatron. Optimus Primal slices Thundercracker in half. And now we have Starscream is attacking Megatron. Why? Why is Megatron and Starscream going at it? Well, of course they have to, because Starscream and Megatron are going to fight for leadership. But I'm wondering if Starscream is switching sides, or if it's something to do with he is going to try and take over leadership. So is Megatron falling to his death? Don't know. And then check that out. That is definitely an Autobot face. It is the face of the Ark. And we have the giant hand. So I have a theory, and I have said this theory on a couple of live streams before. I could be 100% wrong on it, and I'm okay with them being wrong about this. But I think that Skylynx is the Ark. That is my theory, that he merged with Teletran 1 in order to give the Ark life so that the Ark could in itself transform. If I'm wrong, I'm fine. I have also said before that my initial theory was that it was the last Autobot, but I have been told otherwise. So I am leading to the theory that this, in fact, is Skylynx transported his life force from the dead universe into the Ark, which is why the Ark gained so much knowledge all at one point and now has the power to transform at some point in the show. So we are seeing that, and check that out. All right, let me just pause it right there. Nemesis Prime and Galvatron show up in this, and they look awesome, and I'm excited to see it because we didn't get enough Galvatron in Earthrise, and I wanted to see more of Galvatron. So now we are getting that, and we are seeing Nemesis Prime and Galvatron in action. He just blasted Tigatron, and watch this. He punts Rat Trap. He's going to take him out. And then Nemesis is going to face off against Optimus Prime. So my initial theory was that Nemesis Prime was going to become Optimus, or Optimus Prime was going to become Nemesis. That was my initial theory. It could still happen that way. It might happen differently. I don't know. Or this Nemesis Prime is an evil Optimus Prime from the future, from Galvatron's future, that Optimus Prime will become if Optimus doesn't save the universe. That's probably more correct. So they're going to face off against each other. Am I excited about this show? Yes. Do I think the show could still be good? Yes. But what I am hoping for is that Kingdom doesn't disappoint, that it makes up for the things that Earthrise misstepped on. Earthrise was all over the place. It could not figure out what storytelling it wanted to do. It could not give you the story did not feel coherent. Especially considering that we knew we had to get from point A to point B, that it was the middle ground of the story, and they had to insert the Elita 1 storyline, which was not there initially from their initial drafts, but they inserted that story, and it didn't feel right that her episode, like what happened in episode 6 should have happened, in my opinion, in episode 3, and they should have done the DCS stuff like towards the end of episode 3 or 4, and then kind of redid the ending, show more of the dead universe. That's where Earthrise should have gone. But it didn't go in that direction. It really felt like that they misstepped a little bit too much because they wanted to tell so much story in 6 episodes, but it still felt dragged out, if you know what I mean. But I think that Kingdom has the opportunity to be good. I still think with all of the action, seeing the Maximals in action, seeing more of the Autobots in action, really, this is probably going to make up for it in a lot of ways. What I honestly think could possibly happen is a cosmic reset. In that, what'll probably happen at the end of this series is that Optimus is going to regain the Matrix and regain the Allspark, and with the power of both, he is going to go into the realm of the Primes. He's going to see Elita 1, and it's literally going to alter time to the point where Optimus first received the Matrix is now altered. He now knows all of the events that happen in this splinter timeline, and because of it, he decides to go on a different path. I think that is going to be the change that was not there. It's going to be the change. He'll end up becoming the Optimus Prime that we know because of when he first receives the Matrix. He'll realize that if he does not go the correct path, that it will lead to ultimate destruction in the events that happened in Kingdom. And so he's going to change, and that's going to become maybe the Generation 1 that we know, either the cartoon or the comics. That's my take, but it could be 100% wrong, and I'm perfectly fine with being 100% wrong But I wonder what you guys think. Do you think that Kingdom will still be good despite the ups and downs in Earthrise? Or do you think this show was terrible to begin with and it's just going to be terrible all the way around through Kingdom? Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. I have many more Transformers content coming down the pipeline on this channel. And you can also check out my second channel where I talk a lot more other nerdy stuff like He-Man, the Masters Universe, Revelation, and Godzilla and Ninja Turtles on my second channel as well. So you can stay tuned for all of that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.